Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lyria Garcia. Lyria's COMMARTS major class of
2014.
2014. Wow. And Lyria made a very interesting film, which is causing a lot of buzz in the festival circuit.
The community.
Yeah.
It has been a lot of I am so blown away with the support I'm getting from a lot of people, and even my town has given me a grant. The town Everett has also given me a grant to finish this, and it's super incredible. And all the people that I have met and support me, and they don't even know me, and it's just so incredible. I'm living my dream. Okay, so I don't know about you guys if you're on this to make movies or because it's really hot. So let me just tell you a little bit of me. When I was sitting in that chair, I was there because I wanted to be there. It's what I wanted to do with my life. When I was your age, I went for economics. And then I got pregnant, got married, got pregnant, and I just gave up on school. 10 years later, I went back and I said, I'm gonna do what my heart is asking me to do, which is tell stories. So I was sitting there and I had a purpose. And I told Pro Joe in 2012, because I had done a little bit prior, so I only had 2.5 years left to graduate. And I changed my major from economics to the COMMARTS for film production. And I told Pro Joe, this is the future. With all, back then, say Facebook was fairly new and Pinterest was just starting. A lot of people didn't know what Pinterest was, but I said, the media is the future. And boy, was I right. I feel that for me has always been, I want to tell stories, nothing to do with the glamour of red carpet or film festivals. I wanted to tell stories. I had these dialogues and these characters that would just come in my head, and I had to write them down. And I wanted to give them life and a body, and that's where I am today. But so there's two parts of being in that chair and having this major. You can either tell stories and the narratives, or you can be in a market, because I'm going to be very honest with you guys, and I'm sure you already know. A business out there that doesn't have media, doesn't have good photos or videos, they are not going to survive in a marketplace. That's pretty obvious, right? If you don't have nice photos or a way to entice the market or your customers with nice videos, you're not gonna make it. Look at TikTok. Who would guess that TikTok would be as big as it is today? It's incredible. But that was not that was not my goal when I was there. It wasn't the business side or anything like that. Mine was really, I wanted to tell stories. And so I graduated in 2014. And back then, it was pretty much the boys' club. It was hard to find, it was hard for women to break in. And so what did I do? With a student loan debt, I had to do something. So I opened a photography studio here in Marlboro. And I specialize in headshots and boudoir photos. And it's been pretty good. It's great. I also organize trips around the world with clients. I went to Dubai, Iceland 4 times, South Africa with clients on photography assignments. And I feel like photography gave me the confidence to go for putting a big production and making the film. Because I will tell you this, the desire that you have will never go away. If you wanted to make movies, act now, like pay it more, really focus and go for it, because it's not going away. If that's what you think about all the time, the characters, the camera. I don't know what you guys are into. There's so many parts of making films, the post-production, production, and pre-production.
Can I have a minute with you?
I think he's available.
Oh, okay.
It's never gonna not go. It's always gonna be with you, and that's the case for me. When I was there, I was in my mid-30s, and it's amazing. Okay, so this film that I'm making now, I started in writing for film with Projo in my senior year. I had the idea of this character, and the character has developed through the years, but she never stopped, the character never stopped talking to me. I was coming up with dialogues, and then she got friends. It's just like a alternative world that I was living in. So I'm like, oh my gosh, leaving me alone. I really have to put this together. And I fine-tuned the script, found a production company around here. We got together, I showed him the script, he loved it. He goes, this needs to exist. And we just went for it, So it has been amazing. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you, when you have a character in your head who gives you dialogues and you write them down, is amazing when you have the casting call and you see these people who you never met before saying your lines. It was incredible. I was crying, like, oh my gosh, people, it's saying with different tones, different volumes. It was amazing. So I'm gonna show you guys the teaser. And right now, let me get back. We did pre-production, production, and now we're in post-production. I am almost done. My goal is to be done with the film by May 2nd, because there is an HBO Max context, and they are looking for Latino filmmaker, which I am. I'm from Brazil. And I really wanted to submit the film there because they're looking for shorts on May 2nd. And send it there. Right now, we're putting picture lock right at this, finishing tomorrow. And then he'll start, I have somebody else who's doing the editing for me. And someone else will do fine tuning on sound. We have some scoring done. And then color grading will be the last thing, because then you just don't waste any time having people coloring frames or clips if you're not going to use it. So I'm going to show you guys two things. You're going to be the first one to see it. First, I'm going to show you the teaser. It's only 1 minute because this is a short film. And then I want to show you the video that I'm doing, which I want to talk to you about, the video for the crowdfunding campaign. I'm going to launch a crowdfunding campaign in the next week or so. And you have to be very specific on what you want.
So how did you fund it?
So there, in the scene, in the film, there are 3 props that I desperately needed. And because this is an immigration issue and everything, I contact an immigration lawyer and ask him for immigration paperwork and his anything that would have his name. So he gave me a folder with his name, and he gave me some money for that. And also later, one of the most emotional scenes in a film is a woman, she goes at one of her friend's house asking for help because immigration is after her. And the friend just got her paperwork for immigration. She's going to get the green card, and she refuses, like, I can't take the risk to shelter you. But she feels terrible about doing that. So she offers her money. She catches her before she gets in the car and please, just take this. And she gives her a bunch of money, offers. and a case of beer. So I need the beer because the beer had a message that had a symbol. But the woman only takes the beer and leaves. And that beer becomes like, when everything is so dark, at least you can find the positive on something. Brazilian culture is very festive, and we're always very friendly and very festive people. And she takes the beer and leaves, meaning, I'll take the beer, but I don't need your money. What I need is support from you. So I reach out to a brewery place in Framingham, and they also sponsor that scene. And also there is in one of the scenes there's a truck, and I asked him if he would lend me the truck because I needed to show labor people who in a construction business, and he lent me his truck, and he also sponsored me that way. There's a lot of grants through Massachusetts Cultural Council, and I applied for some of them, and I got. So my thought was, I need to reach out to cities and towns that has a big immigrant population, and I wrote grants, proposal for grants to these towns, and I got accepted here in Marlborough and Everett. And now for the last part of this, we're going to do the crowdfunding. I'm trying to build a community and get the community to participate, and we'll finish that way.
So are you using Kickstarter for crowdsourcing?
So good question. There's 3 right now. There's Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and Seed and Spark. In one of my networking events that I went, because again, I never stop being in the field, looking, marketing with people in the business. I met one of the persons from Seed and Spark, and they provide tremendous help to filmmakers. They help you, they help me put the video together and guide me on what to do, how to do it to be successful in reaching my goal to ask for the funds. So Seed and Spark.
Okay.
It's the one I'm going with. But yeah, pretty much with the crowdfunding campaign.
All right. Let's see if we can screen. This is not the trailer. This is the what is
This is the trailer.
Oh, this is the trailer.
It should be the, yeah, this should be the trailer.
I'm here to apply for the new hostess position. My English is much better now.
You're hired.
Can I help you?
Immigration, Custom and Enforcement. Do you live here?
I don't know. I thought they would be taller. You know, scarier.
They'll be back.
Oh my gosh. What if I mess up?
No, I'm not impressed.
Pop Top Films. That's interesting.
Yeah. Do you know anybody there? Oh, you know who reached out to me? What's his name? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna forget his name. He was in for my class. I forgot his name, but he was one of the students that were there. He didn't graduate in my class, but he has done work in the sets with Evan, who is the owner of Hop Top.
Huh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I know his name. Let me see. You remember him. He's been everywhere. I mean, he's been trying very hard to get in the sets and everything.
He's a COMMARTS major?
Yeah, Josiah Bedrosian.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reached out and he goes, I'm so proud of you, like I can't believe you're doing it. And I say, wow, my goal with this short film, where I'm going from here, right? I wanted to submit to as many film festivals as I can, and I hope to get finance for the feature film, because this is a feature film, and that's what I want to do. And I'm hoping to be able to get people on the set who wanted to be on a set, and that's where I am.
Yeah, Josh, if I remember, that's what he goes by.
Yeah, Josh.
He was the cameraman in my documentary.
Uh-huh.
We did interviews in New York City,
Oh, cool.
Brooklyn, and
Yeah,
he was, I think he was the first cameraman I think I had on that film.
yeah. Uh-huh.
It's a bunch, I mean, who else is going to employ my my majors, my alumni in their first gigs? So I reached out to him, Dave Magaha, and 2 or 3 others, and we were shooting all over the country. And Dave flew out to California with us. Josh did New York and probably DC. I can't remember now. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I told him. Yeah, I told him, like, when we are, because I know we are. I have faith in this project, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Yeah, it's fun time. I can't believe I'm here, sitting here and talking to you about this. It's incredible. I'm blown away with all the support that I have been getting from so many people, and they don't even know me. Wow.
Well,
Yeah, it's a story that needs to be told, I think. I think now I'm sure.
Subject, it's immigration.
Yeah.
ICE putting people out of the country in detention.
Mm-hmm.
So on,
Yeah, it's sensitive, but I'm hoping to bring the conversation to the table and clarify to people. It's not as easy as you have to come through the proper channel. There is no proper channel. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Cool. All right, questions. Each of you has a question, I know.
I can't see anybody, and I can't see anybody anymore.
Yeah, something happened.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. If it's, I thought it was just
Not letting me, no, it's my side. I did something. I don't know what I did.
That's okay. That's fine. No worries.
Anyway, so questions, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
How long did it take to make the film, or how long is it going to take?
It all depends of how much money you have. But we have done this. I have done in film, on a set, this whole thing that you're going to eventually see took 7 days of 12 hours each day. It's brutal. It's the most physical, mental, emotional experience of my life. It was, I mean, it was crazy, but 7 days that it took. And I mean, and Evan does have a lot of experience on the set with the camera. I practice immensely with the talent beforehand. The main actress in this, the Brazilian, she lives in LA. She's a big name in Brazil. She has done soap opera. But even then, I wanted to have table reads and practice and get to really emerge the 2 characters. Because one, the blonde girl, Christina, she's an American, and then the Brazilian. And I made sure that they had, even when I cast, I want to have some kind of a chemistry between them, and it worked out really well. They click really well. So it all depends of this will depend on how experienced your crew is, how much money you have to rent equipment, there's lighting and camera and people to be on a set, audio. So yeah, it's tough to tell you like exact how an average. Mine to do a 25. I'm trying to squeeze this into 20 minutes. Right now it's 25. And the reason being is that it has better chances to get into festivals if it's shorter. But yeah, 20 minutes, 7 days. And we had, mine is complicated though, because this film had a lot of locations. And this is the one thing, if I were to give you any advice, is limit the location, because every time you have to move company, it's more time. We had like seven locations. We had a lot of cars, car scenes, which in the car, it took a long time to set up the camera, the light. We've shot this in November. So we lost, at 4 o'clock, it was already dark and we couldn't shoot. So there's a lot of things that go into consideration.
What did you shoot on? What kind of equipment?
He had a Black Magic Ursa? I don't remember. One of those Black Magic. I rent some fancy monofork. What's the name of the lens? He rent some kit with cinema lens.
Yeah, okay. So Blackmagic design, it was a what, 4K?
Yeah, no, 8.
Oh, 8, all
Yeah,
right.
because he just bought, he told me he traded that camera into to a 12K now. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
we don't even have a TV for 12K. What was I gonna say to you guys? My head is all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, other questions?
I got one.
Go for it.
What part of the production process did you find most entertaining?
Oh, the casting people was just so interesting. Talking to people, the actors. I had a lot of actors. There's about 25 people between main and extras. And New England has a really big community of actors who just want to act. So you don't have to be thinking that you have to have your friends, which I did. You know, right off graduating in 2015, I made 2 short films, and I had to use friends and family, which, you know, I'm not super proud of them because they're not actors. But in New England, I wanted to share, if there's anything you guys need to take from this meeting today. Are you guys, let me put Facebook here because there is a group on Facebook. You guys have to be in this group, okay? It's called Channel 14. Are you guys on that?
Yeah.
Hold on. You are?
That's all.
Channel 14, yeah. So it's called Channel 14 New England PA Networking Group. This channel, Brojo, I'm gonna send this to you right on Messenger.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
That'd be easy.
Because you need to be in there, and every student of yours need to be in there. This is where I found Evan, the owner of Hop Top Films. And here you find opportunities to PA, you'll find casting calls. There we go. My most exciting for me was really, as a writer, I think I am heavy on the right side. I am getting into directing, and I loved every minute of it. You need to be able to make decisions on the spot, and you need to know what you want. But going through the casting call and listening and seeing my lines and my characters taking shape and having a voice, you know, having a sound was absolutely amazing. There's a lot of good things, you know, that happens, but this was the one that touched me the most. You know, people are just excited to be able to be on something that has so much passion. Yeah. Oh, I remember now what I wanted to say. So for the girls, So back in 2017, I had an opportunity to pitch to a producer in LA. And like me, myself, very like I want to direct this movie. And they go, oh, darling, it doesn't work that way. What you need to do is to prove to us that you can direct. So I never heard of proof of concept before. She goes, you need to do a proof of concept, which basically is a short film that you produce. You don't have to write. It can be somebody else's story, somebody else's script, but you direct and you produce. And they wanted to see how you present the story. And that's where I am today, because they were very interested, but they wanted me to sell the story and have someone else. And they were already talking about the main actress being played by Latinas. I mean, I am a Latina. It's just hard because I always think of Latinas being a Spanish speaker, and we don't speak Spanish. But I think it was a Mexican. I think it was a Mexican actress, and I feel that this is so hard. This is so close to my heart. I want it to be done by a Brazilian actress. Excuse me. But yeah, so proof of concept, write it down. Write it down so you know what it is. If you want to direct, you got to do your proof of concept. You don't have to spend a lot of money. In fact, I met with a guy. His father is a director, television director in Brazil. He's very famous, very rich. And he spent $150,000 on his proof of concept. I'm spending 20, and I am over budget because of the actress that I hired, and I really want her. And it wasn't even her fee. It was more bringing her from LA to here. And it's one of the number one things you learn at Sundance. I did 2 classes at Sundance. Is when you do a proof of concept, try to spend as little as possible. As little as possible. It's not about the money, but it's about how you spend the money you have, how creative you are with the money you have. That's very important. You know, I mean, everyone here, right? If you have the budget, I'm sure you could do a Michael Bay production, right? But they wanted to see, if I give you this amount, would you be able to produce something as good with what you have? Number one lesson. And so I don't know where this guy is gonna go. Once he goes into LA and he says that he spent $150,000 on a proof of concept, I don't know. I'm cheering for him though, regardless. I'm cheering up for him. I hope he does well. But you don't need money. You do not need money. Don't let that stop you.
Cool. Any other questions? No? There's nothing. All right. Well, thank you, Lyria.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Next time, next time I come
coming.
over.
Yeah, you're coming.
Yeah,
and
I'll come and I'll have the film ready.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
that's what I expect.
Definitely.
I'm so
Thank
happy.
you so much for this invite.
Yeah.
I'm happy too. I can't believe it. I told you someday I was going to be in some kind of a stage accepting an award and thanking you for it. I told you that.
Yeah, and I seem to remember telling you what your script is when you get up on the stage and you accept the award. So I expect this sooner rather than later.
Right. Awesome. Oh, so
Right,
good to
dear.
see you, Projo.
Okay,
You look
good to
great.
see you too. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.